What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Pause Reset Play. This video is going to be a review of the Sleeper Simulant, the exotic fusion rifle that recently came out in Destiny 2 as part of the Warmind DLC. For those who play Destiny 1, I'm sure you're very familiar with this weapon. It did come out relatively late in the Destiny 1 lifespan, but it is a exotic fusion rifle. Very high impact. This weapon makes its bread and butter in late game content like raids, like Nightfall Strikes. It's also useful in the Escalation Protocol that came out during the Warmind DLC as well. This is very much a gun that is going to do massive damage, do great DPS versus bosses. The rounds here, they do over penetrate targets, just like the weapon did in Destiny 1. And I wanted to demonstrate that real quick here. I came into the Leviathan raid. As you can see down there, we have 3 of the Legion enemies, orange bar enemies, lined up in a row there. So again, this weapon does over penetrate. And the other thing too is there's no drop off in terms of damage from being far away. So we'll charge this thing up, we'll shoot our weapon, and bam, took out all 3 of those guys in one hit. So I probably could have done it from back here, to be honest. You know, this thing's like in some ways it's like a sniper rifle. You can take people out from halfway across the map. But let's jump back in. We'll look at the weapon. It is slightly different versus its Destiny 1 counterpart, namely in the magazine size. In Destiny 1, the magazine was 3 shots, whereas now it's 2 shots. So that has been reduced. As such as well, the overall magazine size has been reduced. The full amount you can carry now is 8 shots. I believe that it was 9 shots in Destiny 1, but I could be wrong. It may have been 12. Nonetheless, though, it has kind of gone down a little bit compared to the Destiny 1 version. With that said, though, the ricochet, and you saw that in that shot I just took right there, the ricochet, I think, has improved on this weapon versus Destiny 1. So I think on certain bosses, on larger bosses like ogres, you can get multiple hits on the same enemy because of that ricochet. So I think the DPS for this weapon is even better potentially than Destiny 1, even with those reductions to the magazine size. Most of the perks here, if you look at the perks, nearly all of these increase the stability of the weapon. So even though it's a very high impact fusion rifle, it's pretty easy to control. You know, the charge time is in that bottom tier for fusion rifles in Destiny 2, because it is one of the highest impact fusion rifles you can get. The charge time, you know, you would think would make it not really viable for Crucible, but in my experience, and I've kind of learned this the hard way the last few weeks, or the last couple days, this weapon is something that you can use in Crucible. You know, granted, you're giving up your exotic slot, so you're not going to be able to use fan favorites like Crimson or Graviton Lance or what have you. But there are some benefits to it, though. You know, the weapon does carry 2 shots, so that is more than a rocket launcher, for instance. So I think you have a better likelihood of getting 2 kills with this weapon. And then beyond that too, and you saw it here in that shot on those Legion enemies, this weapon can be fired from pretty far across the map. I mean, it's a straight shot. The laser is straight as an arrow. So, you know, if you have somebody in your sights, you can take them down from halfway across the map. Again, there is no damage reduction. And here's the biggest thing too. You don't need a headshot to kill the enemy. You can kill somebody with a body shot at full health with this weapon. Now, with that said, you know, if they're in a super, then you may not be able to. I haven't tested it too well when it comes to shooting people out of their supers, but I suspect that no matter what super somebody's in, no matter what gear they have, if you get a headshot with this, it's a one-hit kill no matter what. But for Guardians that are not in their supers, that you can take them out with a body shot here at full health. So it's a weapon that if you want to try something out new in Crucible, I would give this a whirl. I've had some success with it. It's not going to be one I use all the time, but it's definitely a weapon that you can make do with. You know, and if you want to just try something new, give it a whirl. So this is my opinion of it. It's no doubt an amazing weapon in PVE, one that you want to keep in your regular rotation, depending on modifiers and things of that nature. And if you want to just try something different, try something new, it can also work well in Crucible. So let me know what you think of this weapon, if you've gotten it yet, with the Warmind DLC. And most importantly, thanks for watching.